you were my present was. You told me they had to be heaven sent. Well, I went to find my baby playing Santa Claus. I was looking in the drawer, see what she got for me. Well, man, she looked like a ventilator, a revelator, and she's got, I know, something for me. Well, way out here on Bummer Road, that's where we spend our nights and days. All right. Well, she got knee action body and hard driving head, and air-conditioned stomach that make her backbone slip. But she's my baby. She's my darling. And I love her so. I wouldn't want to have no one else around. Well, I'm not gonna be finding no more frogs for snakes. And that's what I told my baby when she comes talking to me. I say, honey child, I'm not gonna be fighting no more frogs for snakes. If they can't pay me what I'm worth, they can do the work themselves. No, I ain't gonna be fighting no more snakes for frogs and frogs for snakes and whatever else it may take. Well, in my one-room little cabin, just me and my baby alone. I feel like I feel so fine. Even though we ain't got no room, not even set up, no cooking stove. Okay, so I was just trying to mix up a few Sonny Boy phrases that I could remember with phrases of my own, you know, and I mean, Sonny Boy was a genius writer, and not, you know, blues has always, you know, been that way, where we'll say one thing and it means another thing, and that comes, of course, straight out of back in slavery times, you know, where people, African Americans and whoever is enslaved, I suppose, anywhere, but mainly you're talking about African Americans in our country, in the United States, and they had to develop their own language, not aside from the dialects that were brought over, you know, like the Gullah dialect, I think off the South Carolina coast or Georgia coast. The different dialects like that remained, but also just talking among themselves when they were around white people that might not want them to speak in that dialect and had to have their own, you know, way of speaking. So I think blues came partly out of that anyway. Of course it did, and so Sonny Boy's, you know, saying, talking about like these things about a woman look like, and you know, she got injection body and hard driving hips, whatever. Like I mentioned, they're not talking about cars. He's not talking about cars. He's talking about, you know, the beautiful parts of a woman that he enjoys. So it's just, and not only that, fat and frogs for snakes, of course, meaning that he's not going to put out any more hard time work for these bosses that aren't going to pay any money, you know, and knowing that the people that are working in another part of the factory, you know, white people or whatever, or something else, are getting paid more. So it's just, he was a genius songwriter, and there are other greats, but he was one of the greatest ones. And I'm no expert on this. To find Dr. Dave Evans from Memphis has got a new book, Adventures in the Field Trade, in the 1960s, and Adventures in the Music Folklore in the 1960s in Mississippi, something like that. But Dave Evans, Evans, has got a new book coming out this year on his work in Mississippi in the 1960s. I imagine it's going to be a great book if you want to check into that. And he talks about, I'm sure he talks about what I know he does, what different words mean, different dialect, different phrases. I mean, this isn't anything new I'm talking about, but I'm just pointing out that if you want to write, like, if you're thinking of a Sonny Boy type theme song, and you want to write something like Sonny Boy, think of, you know, what are they called, parables? Yeah, you know, just things that might not mean, you know, what it might appear to mean, you know, like, you know, I see you putting too much salt on your steak, you know, like, what does it mean? Is the person really putting too much salt on the steak, or is he, you know, is the person spending too much money, you know, even buying the steak, something like that, because, you know, we ain't really got too much of what it takes to even, you know, buy that salt for that steak. So it's just a fun way to write songs, to be thinking, like, put yourself in the mindset of that idea, or, because we've been trying to, white blues players have been studying Sonny Boy, especially, I think, and then black, of course, too, but, and how he sounds and acts and plays, you know, for decades, you know, but since his existence, but mainly, I think, probably white people after the English rock and roll explosion, and where they brought blues back to America, and so Sonny Boy, yeah, I mean, he keeps saying the same old thing. Yeah, he was a great, great songwriter, but along with his licks, like, think in terms of like, well, what can I write about? If you're so inspired to, you know, that might do him justice. And also, you don't have to sound like, and I was kind of going a little bit too much, like, I asked my, no, you don't have to do that bullshit. Just, well, I asked my baby, but it's almost stupid if you're up there trying to go like, well, it is, if you go like, I asked. I mean, we're not going to necessarily. We're not going to say I asked with an A-X-E-D. We're going to say, I asked my baby. Because it just seems, when it goes that far, it's almost an insult. That's what I think. Probably not other people think that way. I'm sure they don't. But I won't go say, well, and it fit me to, and it just, I'm fitting to go outside, out of the cold weather. No, I'm going to say it more like, was cold weather, and I'm going to head out the door. But I'm not going to say, as a white blues player, I'm sorry, I'm fitting to go outside in that cold weather. Or maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe just say what the hell you want to say, because we're got the licks from him. So why not steal everything the man has? I don't know the answer to any of this stuff. Just have fun. Play Sonny Boy Williamson. Play him like you mean him. Do him justice. And I'll keep trying to. And write like you mean him to. And I will too. Good night, everybody. Good morning. Good afternoon.